Hey everyone, I'm Dale Corpus, and we're launching a new series here with the Danville San Ramon Rotary Club called Member Spotlight. The goal is simple: to highlight the faces, stories, and heart behind our club. Rotary is about service, leadership, and community. And this series is about getting to know the people who make that happen. And we're kicking things off with Julie today. Julie, you are the first guest in this series, and you happen to be our chapter president as well. So, you being the first member spotlight is so fitting. Let's start with something easy.
Oh, thank you. I appreciate that, Dale.
What's your full name and what brought you to Rotary?
So my name is Julie McKinney, and I joined Rotary in 2019. And the reason I joined was because for a couple of reasons. I had realized that my whole life had really been spent working very hard and raising my children.
Mhm.
And as my children were getting older and there was less involvement in having to manage their activities, and as my work life had changed to become more of a work at home, more online email, I felt that I really needed to do something else. And I had really good friends who had been part of Rotary 25 years. So I asked them about Rotary. And he said, yeah, come to a meeting. And so I said, well, we were at Kaloo, right? I had to go see. So I went to a meeting and an interesting speaker, and the people were friendly. And so I decided to go back. And I realized that 2 years later, I knew more people in the community than I had known the previous 20 living in the community, because Rotary provided me with that avenue and those opportunities for
Yeah,
connection.
yeah. Great follow-up question to that is, what keeps you coming back? What keeps you involved in Rotary?
Yeah, there's several reasons that I stay involved in Rotary or have actually increased my involvement in Rotary if I learned more about it.
Mhm.
The first is the people. There's
Mhm.
service-oriented mindset of doing good in the world, putting good out there. And when you have people who you're collaborating with or who you're becoming friends with, who are there to do that, and then it creates true friendship. I mean, Rotary is also about true friendship and fellowship. And we got really interesting speakers. And I just love the opportunity. I cannot say, or I'm not aware of another organization that would provide the opportunities that I've been provided with at Rotary.
Yeah, yeah. I love all that. Now, what's one of your most memorable experiences as a Rotary member?
So I joined in 2019, and then we all know what happened in March of 2020.
Yeah.
And so even though the club continued on a virtual format, it was a little different. So as we started meeting again in person, an opportunity came up, and this is what I would say was like truly life perspective changing opportunity. And that when there was a wheelchair distribution that was organized by one of our club members to Uganda. And because I had that connection, I knew that member, I said, I'm going. My husband went, and my 17-year-old son was a senior in high school. He also went. And we came back from that trip. And it was, although I traveled internationally, this was a completely different international type of trip. One service rather than travel.
Yeah.
And you really got to see, I really got to see, and again, it impacted my husband and my son as well, what impact it was making in the world. I remember coming back and I didn't even have words. And the first time I went to Costco after that trip, which was several weeks after I returned, I remember walking in and looking around at just how much consumerism, like how much we have in comparison to where I just been, where providing a wheelchair for somebody it just changed their whole life. I mean, I like literally saw people crawling to the wheelchair distribution site that hadn't had mobility before. So that was the most impactful. And then I followed that up with a trip 6 months later to Guatemala for a school educational project. And growing up in the Bay Area and living in the San Ramon Valley, you know, we're so lucky with our schools, how good they are.
Yeah.
And it's easy to take it for granted.
Yeah.
And that was really impactful to see, well, that's really not what it's like in many, many places.
Yeah. You get to witness firsthand all of the, you know, the work that we're doing around the world too. And it gives you that perspective, that trip of, you know, of how blessed we are over here too at the same time. And that's amazing.
To make such an impact on one individual or few individual has such a ripple effect.
Now, we're going to wrap up with one wild card question. And it's this: if someone is on the fence about joining Rotary, what would you say to them?
I would say, give it a try. There's no way to know all that Rotary encompasses. Nobody can tell you in an elevator pitch what Rotary is about because it's got so many facets. So my own personal philosophy, as you know, Dale, from our meetings, because I say every single meeting, your 80% of life is showing up. Show up, see what's offered, see what speaks to you, and take it from there.
Yeah. Well, Julie, thank you for sharing that. And thank you for everything you do for the Danville San Ramon Rotary Club. This is exactly what Rotary is about. People coming together to serve, lead, and strengthen our community. Thanks for being part of our first member spotlight.
My pleasure, Dale. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome.